Greetings YouTube, this is Sixus with a wind-up deck profile. Starting off with the main deck, I guess it'll be good to, yes. Okay, so with wind-ups, the idea is that all of them have effects you can only use once while they're face up on the field, and they're very much an extra deck focused deck, similar to Gimmick Puppets or Evil Swarm. Now, first of all, we have 3 copies of Soldier. This one has 18 on attack, and its effect is that you can increase its level by 1 and its attack by 400 until the end phase. So it becomes a level 5 with 22 on attack. Very good for making rank 5s. And if necessary, it can attack over something. Then I got 2 copies of Knight, also 18 on attack. This one can negate an attack that targeted a face-up wind-up monster you control. It's situational, I suppose, but it's always good, similar to Kribo, to have the attack locked down, even though it's just temporary. Then we have one of the 3 best ones in the deck, Wind-Up Shark. This particular fist has 2 effects. First of all, when a wind-up monster is summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. The other effect is you can either increase its increase its level by 1 or decrease its level by 1, meaning it's equally versatile at ranks 3, 4, and 5, which is part of the reason I really like this deck compared to other Xyz decks that just focused on a single rank. Then we got Wind Up Warrior. This one's fairly similar to Soldier, however, instead of increasing its own level by 1, it's increased the level of any wind-up monster you control by 1. So, let's see. Oh, you also increase that monster's attack by 600. So, let's say you have this on the field and a level 3. You can increase the level 3's level instead of its own, so you can make a rank 4. Or if you have a level 5 with it, you can increase its own level. So, a lot more versatile than Soldier itself. And thanks to the previous ban list, we now have 3 copies of Magician. Again, one of the best ones in the deck. This one's effect is that when a wind-up monster's effect other than itself is activated, you can special summon any wind-up monster directly from the deck in defense position. Yeah, it's a special one directly from the deck. Very useful. Then we got 2 copies of Rabbit. This is a level 3. Its effect is to try and get around the only once while face up effect. So you can pass a wind-up monster that's face up until the start of your next standby phase. So that way it will be back on your field for your next turn. That way you can just use that monster's effect again. Then we got Wind Up Dog. It's a level 3. And its effect is you can increase its level by 2 and its attack by 600 to make it an 1800 attack level 5. So lots of versatility similar to the other ones with making either 3 or 5. And now, Wind Up Wat. This one's effect is that if it's in face-up attack position, you can switch it to defense position to special summon any wind-up monster from your graveyard. And the monster summoned is in defense position, which is very useful given that it's just a simple revival card, and it can help you with most likely a 3 or a 4, given that you can just revive a level 3 or a Sark and decrease Sark's level by 1 to go for a rank 3, or you could bring back the Warrior to use Warrior's effect to increase its level by 1. Then, Wind Up Kitten. This isn't exactly good for Xyz plays due to being a level 2, but it's pretty much a searchable version of Compose. You can just target a monster your opponent controls and return that to the hand. So, pretty useful. Finally, we got 3 copies of Wind Up Bat. This one has a effect similar to Wat, in which you can switch it from attack position to defense position to return one wind-up monster from your grave back to your hand. Very good for recycling, particularly with wind-up Shark, so you can have it back in your hand to special it again. This is also the reason I won Link Kuribo, so that I'm not stuck with a level 1 on the field. Next up, we got 1-for-1 for the Bat. Reinforcements of the army to bring out Warrior, Soldier, or Knight. Then I've got 2 copies of Double Summon just to help speed up the plays. The idea is you can use one normal summon to bring out the Magician, then another normal summon to bring out another wind-up monster. Then you can use that wind-up monster's effect, which is going to activate Magician's effect, so you can just keep comboing from there. Dark Hole, decent board wipe. That's pretty much the only benefit of that. Then 2 copies of Zen Malfunction and 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Simple enough puppets, just revive something from the graveyard to help continue plays. 1 Foolish Burial, send something to the graveyard to set up for Bat or Wat. 2 Trend Tristors for back row removal. And now, the big consistency card of the deck, Wind-Up Factory. With Wind-Up Factory, once per turn, not hard once per turn, so you have 3 of them, they do stack. If you use the effect of a Wind-Up monster, you can add a Wind-Up monster from your deck to your hand. You can definitely see how this is very useful. And finally, Solemn Warning for negation. Going into the extra deck, I talked about why I won Link Kuribo. Then I've got 2 copies of Zenmeity, the Link monster, which has 3 effects. First of all, on Link Summon, you can add any wind-up card from your deck to your hand. And because it says card and not monster, you can then search out Factory through that. Additionally, you can use the effect to banish 1 wind-up monster you control face down to special another one from your deck with the same name. Basically another way of getting around the once while face up clause. Anyway, and in regards to that, I'm really glad that Magician's now at 3, given that you can now use it with this. And finally, the last effect, if this card is destroyed, you can attach it as an Xyz material to a wind-up Xyz monster you control. Situational, and it makes me really wish we had Zenmeity back. But as far as Zen mains, with this one, if it would be destroyed, you can detach a material instead. And therefore, if they do a board wipe like Waigeki, Dark Hole, or Black Rose Dragon, while you control this in the Link will then be attached to this, so that they would still have to destroy this 3 more times to actually get rid of it. And if they don't get rid of it, you'll be able to destroy one of their cards. Then we got Phantom Knights of Breaksword. Phantom Knights of Breaksword just lets you destroy 1 card you control or 1 card your opponent controls. And additionally, it's 2000 attack, which is pretty good for a rank 3. Then we got Abyss Drello to negate graveyard effects. Exciton Knight for a comeback. Zenmeity because it's the only rank 4 wind-up, and also because you can set one of your own monsters face down, and its effect will flip them back face up during the end phase. So, another way of getting around it. Also, the attack's pretty good on that. Castell for spinning removal. Hotland Draco because you're wanting a continuous spell, meaning that they won't be able to target this for attacks. And additionally, you can use it to attack directly. Tornado Dragon, back row removal. Talk Fortress. I actually really like this one before we had links in the picture, because then without a limited extra monster zone, you'd be able to make this and Heartland Draco for an easy 4,000 damage by having this one let Heartland Draco be able to attack Trice directly. Vocosaurus, it's destruction and burn damage. Tyrus, very good when it comes to protections. And additionally, when it destroys a monster, well, does it have to destroy something? Or is it just attack? Yeah, at the end of the battle phase, if it attacked or was attacked, you can just destroy one card on the field. And finally, Wind-Up Arsenal Zenmeity. It's the rank 5 Wind-Up monster. And this one, you can detach a material to destroy 2 set cards on the field, which is pretty good. So it's most likely going to be back row removal, but if you're dealing with something like crawlers or subterrors, it tends to be very useful with those as well. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Thanks for watching.